Hey, Gopher fans, it's Mike Grimm from Gopher Radio and Gophersports.com. Welcome back to another edition of Gopher Talk here. It is presented by Affinity Plus, committed to the safety of their members, employees, and communities. During this time, you can learn more at affinityplus.org. And it's our pleasure to welcome back via the Zoom. It's Gable Steveson, Gopher heavyweight wrestler, Big Ten champion. And Gable, first of all, good to see you again.
Good to see you. Thank you for having me again.
Well, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about stuff that is happening here in our city, in our state, and really nationally. But certainly the epicenter happened at the end of last month with the death of George Floyd. And you, as a black athlete, have taken part in using your voice as a well-known athlete, along with a lot of other Gophers who have been given the freedom to do such, whether it's attend protest, whether it's to voice your opinion over social media or what have you. What has this last, I guess, month or so been like for a young African-American man here in the Twin Cities?
It's crazy that all this happened. I mean, it's kind of hard to explain that what really goes on. And I think it's crazy that George Floyd's death had to be like that in that certain spot. And I'm very grateful that a lot of Gopher athletes, and especially myself, have spoken up about this situation. And I think it's very important for the African American athletes and everyone as a whole to really come together and see like how the world really is, and the world is not how everyone expects it to be. And like I said, I'm very happy to see everyone speak up in their own way, and everyone has their own opinions, but I feel like about right now, a lot of people have shown their true colors on things, and a lot of people have shown the other side on things. And at the end of the day, we're all human, and I hope everyone can get along when time ends.
Yeah, and at times like this, you do learn a lot about people, that's for sure. What kind of things have you and your teammates and your classmates at the U of M have you done to try to create awareness? Because for some, it might be unintentional. They don't realize, what the situation is and how they can help now. And listening, I think, has been the big key word for a lot of people trying to learn about this that don't walk in your shoes, per se. So what are some things that you guys have tried to do?
I mean, a lot of us have been in protests, that you could tell by a lot of Instagram posts and Twitter posts. And I've spoken out to USA Wrestling about it too. And they put out a statement, and I actually talked to him yesterday. He actually thanked me for my tweet to them, just because they were going to actually put something out. But when I tweeted at them, it kind of lit another fire that they had to really respect us as people and as wrestlers too. But I think a lot of social media posts that a lot of football players and other football players from different areas and myself and other athletes are posting are really great. And it's raising great awareness for this cause.
Certainly, obviously, George Floyd's death, a tragedy. Do you think, in terms of trying to grab positive out of a dark situation, that maybe this was the tragedy that needed to happen to create the groundswell that we can turn a corner here? Do you think that we're starting to turn a corner? Do you get that sense?
I think we're starting to turn a corner. I mean, it started with Kaepernick back in the day taking a knee, and I think a lot of this is not about the flag and disrespecting past troops and present troops. I think a lot of this is about just social inequality that comes with being an African American man and being with everybody too. Everybody gets a little backlash in their life, and as you can tell. But I think, like I said, at the end of the day, I mean, things are really moving forward right now. A lot of bad police are getting arrested, and like not every policeman is bad. Not every white person is racist. Not every black is like whites. And a lot of people think that's the case, and I don't think that's the case. I mean, I have a lot of white friends, and it's just who you are as a person and how you go about your way of life.
Have you, over the course of your time, how often would you say that you have had a situation where you felt, hey, this is not good, this is not a good situation, solely based on the fact that you're a young black man?
I mean, everyone gets a lot of spots where they feel like things are not safe. I mean, I've been in a position where things have not gone my way, and just being black in that situation is not really the best. And I think everyone has their own spots where they can tell a story, and I just hope things in the future get a little better so blacks can feel more comfortable in this country.
I think one of the things in progress here is that you have all been allowed to talk, to comment, to use your social media. And I'm not sure, and this isn't a knock on anybody in terms of coaches or administrators, and not just here in Minnesota, but across the country. I think at times there's been a mute button there that, hey, we have to worry and focus and zero in on the team, and let's not have distractions. And I think this also hit a boiling point, to the point where it was important enough that, hey, if this causes a distraction, so be it. The message has to get out, and well-known athletes like you guys can help get that message out.
Yeah, I think I saw Flex spoke up about it on TV, and I've talked to Eggum about it too. And I feel that a lot of coaches in every university are speaking up about this, just because every coach has at least a couple of Black athletes on a team, especially football and basketball. And I think for them, it's kind of mandatory to speak up, just for the namesake of their athletes, and to keep them safe as people too. And I'm just happy to see everyone moving forward in this situation. I think George Floyd's death was really a turn for everyone, and I'm saddened that he had to go out that way. But we just got to move forward and try to make a change in this world.
You mentioned you tweeted at USA Wrestling. Wrestling, wrestling isn't, I guess you'd say, the most diverse sport. I mean, you're carrying a banner for a lot of people. How can you help get young Black kids more interested in wrestling as well, to help create maybe a little more diversity?
I think first wrestling needs to become a mainstream sport. I think wrestling is not a mainstream sport. There's just there's a couple athletes that branch out into that mainstream world, and I think I might be one of them. I hope so. I can be, just so kids can look up to me as an idol and as a person too. But like you said, wrestling is not really that diverse. So I think with the help of USA Wrestling and a few other sources, such as Flow Wrestling and Track Wrestling, that put out statements. And I think it's good to have the wrestling world actually come together and see both sides of the stories.
Well, and certainly it's not a 3-week fight and a 4-week fight. This is something that will have to happen every day for a long, long time. So best of luck and continued success. And we're all listening, and we all want to help.
Yes, thank you for listening. Thank you for helping.
All right, very good. Gable, good to see you as always, and we'll look forward to seeing you on campus.
Yes, thank you.
All right, he's Gable Steveson, and that is our Gopher Talk presented by Affinity Plus.